As we were to leave China and continue our journey to Japan, an announcement has caught our eye regarding the motorhome market. An unlikely entrant is coming to us challenge the establishment. LDV is launching a OEM Factory Direct camper. No second stage manufacturing here. It's coming in hot with an attractive price and initial indications look good. It's been a few weeks since the initial blanket press release and a launch was proposed for late October. Dealers are yet to see vehicles, but luckily some extras have been detailed or released, giving me the opportunity to put together a rough comparison. So I'm calling this video Shots Fired. SIAC Motor Corp, or Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation, have entered the Australian RV market with LDV. They also own the MG brand and its Chinese market Rowe and Maxus brands. There's plenty of discussion and negativity out there, so this vlog is not going to be for the haters of Chinese cars or the LDV brand in general, but for what this move signifies and if it succeeds against the established RV models in its sights.
Now let's look at why with some figures. A survey back in January last year of 2024 had a combined RV registration reaching an all-time record of over 901,000 units. Now that's an increase of 27% over 5 years. That covers all the market segments of towable, motorhomes and campervans. Australia has annual sales of approximately 50,000 units. And that's projected to grow at roughly 6 to 7% annually right up until 2030. The RV sector contributes to over $23 billion to the Australian economy annually.
There's also a competitive 120 registered manufacturers in Australia. No wonder they want in. In 2017, they invested heavily with $380 million Australian dedicated to the SIAC Maxus RV R&D production hub at Liang. Now that has an annual planned capacity of 250,000 units and their website lists no fewer than 14 dedicated RV models.
There's a following press release and I'll give you a quick rundown. With 1/2 of a year of in-depth research in Australia, auto show exchanges and visits to dozens of campsites and dealers, the needs of users in the Southern Hemisphere have been deeply integrated into the initial product's design. The SIAC Maxus factory-built RVs have completed more than 50 special certification tests for waterway and electrical appliances. The compliance documents have gone straight into the Rover system
and have jointly completed on-site approval for the whole vehicle's water and electrical system with Australian licensed engineers. Now that's a feat in itself, so they obviously mean business.
Now SIAC lists their first van for $89,990 and I'm calling this the launch model, as the so-called Series 2 is due early in 2026 and will apparently have a different internal configuration. They're hinting at a loss of the forward-facing dinette with a new rear combo diner and bed installed in its place.
For a 10k increase, making it $99,990, just a smidge under the 100k. The launch model has quickly all but sold out, or at least been spoken for, with units being compliant now and soon arriving to prospective owners. Now there's definitely established brands embracing LDV. Sunliner has at least 3 models, the Quest, the Switch and the Atlantis. And Windsor also launched 2 camper vans, one called the Waveline late in 2023 for $119,990, but that succeeded the Fiat-based Otway camper van. But I just can't find any information on them currently, so I will not use them in my comparison. Returning to the LDV, let's look at some specs. Firstly, here's some dimensions, and here's the configuration of the van. I've made a basic comparison chart here with JAYCO dominating the landscape. It won't be a surprise to anyone that I've included 4 models here, consisting of the entry-level front-wheel drive JRV Lite RM19-3 and its regular stablemate, the JRV RM19-1, as well as the Fiat-based JRV FD19-2. And for the rear-wheel drive guys, there's the Mercedes-Benz-based MB22-2. I've also included 2 other base model camper vans, the Applause 500 and the Horizon Melaleuca. I've also added 2 motorhomes to the comparison. Firstly, there's an LDV based model made by Sunliner, the new Quest Q441. The use of the LDV chassis has reduced the entry price here. And secondly, I've added the Windsor Daintree. Purely it was the original disruptor, launched for much the same reason when Apollo bought Windsor caravans from Fleetwood and wanted to expand into the motorhome market. And we've got plenty of experience here. I can let you pause and explore the chart here, and I'll just leave it running along in the background. But I've arranged the models in price order. The specs used running down the left-hand panel are based on popular choices that most people look at. I'll save a deep dive for a later video where I'll go through these specs, and hopefully the actual van will soon be in customers' hands and we can get a better first impression. You can see that the LDV is well specified, with some inclusions still not being an extra cost item in some of these expensive models. The first thing I point out is that there's no LPG at all in the LDV, being as it has electric cooking and diesel heating for water and air. It betters the majority of the combined fresh and water grey tanks as well. Not all have the ability to carry extra passengers with seatbelts, and the Horizon Melaleuca is the only one here where it states two different heights based on whether or not if you add in the optional air conditioner.
Right, now let's start breaking down this comparison list, and let's start looking at the established brands. We'll start with the JAYCOs, the rvlife RM19-3. Now, it was introduced for 2025, and it officially focuses on maximising internal space. It's really a lot closer to true van life experience. It only provides a hot water system with an external shower, and it forgoes a toilet. It has no national drive-away price, and neither does any of the JAYCOs. Its price is $89,400 before on-road costs. So depending on your state, that could be from $92,500 to $94,500 drive away. That's about $5,000 dearer than the LDV. The regular JAYCO JRV RM19-1 starts a little over $102,000 plus on-road costs, or about $15,000 more. At least it does get a wet room. Both are slightly longer, but narrower, and both have considerably less capacity in their water tanks than the LDV. We also have the JAYCO FD19-1. It costs a smidge over 131,000 K plus on-road costs. It moves the wet room to a central position and gains a forward-facing dinette with seatbelts. It's longer again than the Renault-based siblings and gains larger water tanks, being closer to the LDV specs, but once it's on the road, it's roughly 50% dearer. Then for the rear-wheel drive guys, there's the base MS22-2. This is over a metre longer at nearly 7 metres. It can carry 3 people with seatbelts, but for $138,110 plus on-road costs, that's nearly 50K above the LDV. Then there's the Fiat-based Horizon Melaleuca. It's the same length and width as the LDV, but it's $65,000 dearer at $154,500 plus on-road costs. Its entry price has it going without air conditioning or even standard solar panels. It only gets an Anderson plug for an optional input. There's also some motorhomes like the Quest and the Daintree. They benefit from a wider rear section and have full en-suites and are more bespoke, with slightly more storage in various places, but their prices, looking at their standards inclusions, don't offer a lot more. A diesel heater is still an extra cost option, and there's still only a manual step. Plus the Daintree has a lower payload and a GVM, and can't carry any passengers. So there you have it. Based on a limited press release and these early specs, SIAC have really come in hot, launching a well-spec'd vehicle with some tailoring to our Australian market for a bargain price.
Hey guys, so thanks again for watching this comparison about the new upstart, the LDV, that they've come to challenge the establishment. So let's just hope that this might be the start of bigger things where they bring more models across. And you never know, it might be the beginning of something huge for LDV if they can get it right, if the quality's right, if the specs are right, if they keep the price right, all those things. And especially once we see the vans and we actually see the quality and we get to know their capabilities. We look forward to that. And as anything, please click like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And if you like more of this content, I'll try and bring more of it soon, because we're heading to the Geelong Caravan Show soon. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. We might look at some more vans there. Anyway, thanks again, and I appreciate your loyalty following, and we'll see you again soon. See ya.